All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to CAGcast episode number 792. I'm your host, GPD, here in Long Island, New York. And as always, we're joined by a man who has fallen back into Fallout. Wombat.
I mean, that's not true, right? Not true. I don't know. I have a cold, so bear with me.
You don't know what's going on? You can't breathe? Not enough oxygen?
Yeah. Yep. It hit me it hit me really last night, and I was gonna try to go to the gym this morning, and I woke up and I drugged myself thinking I'd muscle through and get out of the house, and my wife was like, "You are not going anywhere."
Don't bring your cold to Orange Theory. We don't want your cold.
That too. She's like, "Don't get everyone sick, and you'll die. It's not worth it. Go on Friday." I'm like, "Fine, I'll go on Friday."
Right.
But at least I get sexy podcast voice. So
People in the chat are saying that you look good.
I appreciate that. I try.
And thin? Good and thin? Or is that implied in the good?
I think so.
Nice. Take that shirt off. Start flexing.
I mean, I could. I'm actually wearing a Bethesda t-shirt underneath my sweatshirt, my hoodie. So
From E3?
From E3 back in the day. The red.
Fucking rip that shit off. Rip that sweatshirt off. That's a classic.
Maybe. We'll see.
Okay. If the right music starts
playing. Are those
playing.
E3 shirts going up in value now? Is that what's happening?
Why? Oh, because there's no more E3?
No more E3.
Those pizza cutters must be worth a fortune.
You just gave them all away.
I don't even have one. Oh, here comes the Fallout shirt. What is it? Was it just
I think it's the Bethesda.
Oh,
right?
the classic
Bethesda software.
Oh, that's a good one. I want that shirt. Because Wayne Gretzky Hockey, that's the same logo that was on Wayne Gretzky Hockey boxes.
Yeah, this is the classic Bethesda Softworks logo shirt. Oh, now my hair's all a mess. I can't.
It looks the same. Dude, it looks exactly the same.
Okay, I'll say it.
I swear.
Okay. There we go.
And now you're more comfortable. You can relax, you can breathe through your skin.
Wearing an old t-shirt that I could wear again because it's not too tight on me.
An E3 artifact.
An E3 artifact that says Bethesda on it.
The Brotherhood of Steel are going to be looking for that.
Yep, exactly.
A couple hundred years.
Mm.
Well, we'll talk about Fallout later. That was a tease for us talking about the Fallout TV show and game. Ship, did you watch any of the TV show? Just so we know. You didn't watch anything.
Spoiler, no.
You didn't no interest in that?
No, I have interest in it. It's just I haven't got Mrs. Shipwreck is interested in seeing it too, although she has never played Fallout or watched me play Fallout or anything.
Oh.
But I showed her the trailer and she's like, oh, okay, it looks good. I'm interested. It has actors in it that she likes. But then I don't know, it feels like we have to be in the right mood to watch it, right?
What's the mood?
Ready to take something serious and not be tired at the end of the day.
Why serious though? I don't think
you have to take it that serious, but I would recommend not being too tired.
Well, you're saying it's wait, hold on. Okay. Well, we're getting too ahead of ourselves.
Okay.
Okay. Well, we'll just tickle people's asses with feathers instead of talking about that. Yeah. Did anybody celebrate 420? That was just a couple of days ago. Chip, you did?
Oh,
How did you celebrate?
It's my wife's birthday.
Oh, so you did celebrate 420.
Yeah.
But not in the extra fun way. Only in the traditional way.
We had one of those fruit cakes. Yeah, not like a fruit, like a Christmas fruit cake.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know.
A cake with fruit in it?
It's I don't know.
An edible arrangement?
It comes from a place around here called Cervati's, which is a bakery. It's basically it's not really a pie because it doesn't have the jam or whatever that the fruit, it's not cooked like that.
It's fruit.
But
it's like a tart?
It's got fruit. It's kind of like a tart, like a big tart.
And
does it have custard?
Yes, I think it does.
So like how we're putting this whole dessert together with very limited descriptions.
I think GP is correct. I think that is technically a tart.
Yeah, I think once he said it, I'm like, yes, it's just larger than what I when I think of a tart, I think of something solo sized, right? This is a single thing, and this is more like a pizza sized tart.
A big tart.
I'm no baker, so I may be wrong, but I think the smaller tarts are technically tartlets, and then the larger would actually be the
That
tart.
sounds like you shouldn't say that.
I'm just saying. Maybe that's why they don't say it anymore.
What if it's an old tart that you have and then you want to heat it up again? What would you call that?
No, I am not.
You don't know what to call it.
I know what you want me to call it, and
So,
I'm not going to.
so was the tart infused for 420?
With love.
Yes, with love.
Because cannabis is legal in Ohio now for recreation, for adult use, I guess is the proper terminology. But so you could technically have a infused tart.
But it's not like as far as I know, like we have like, I don't know, weed places around.
That's for medical. Those are for medical. You need a medical card for that. My friend has that.
We don't have like all of the shops everywhere. That's just like,
nah, but you could, if you work a little bit, you could find the craft market. You know how you have like the craft beer market? You have some craft growers and maybe they're making infused tarts also. Maybe not tarts. I haven't heard of that. Anyway. So you're saying when the real stores open,
I can put a picture on it for you.
What, of the tart?
Of the tart, yeah, not of the weed stores. You know what those are like.
Are you saying you're going to go to the weed store when it opens up and you don't need a medical card? Is that what you were hinting at?
That was not it. Either.
I'd like to read between the lines.
Right.
No. All right. Well, fuck that. I went to 420 in the park in Washington Square Park, and that was absolutely insane. You know Washington Square Park, Wombat?
I am familiar with the park, yes.
So, the fountain area, right?
Mm-hmm.
So imagine that area. Okay, just picture this in your mind. So, it's the round fountain. Imagine that round fountain just surrounded by tables set up and like tents that you
tables.
Tables. Oh wait, I have. Oh, nope.
Tables.
Got there.
There you go.
Got there eventually. Tables like that and little tents like you'd see at like a farmer's market, and it was basically just all weed, like growers, also like out of town people. It was a huge market, and so many people because it was on a Saturday. Usually, chances are it's going to fall on a weekday. This year it's on a Saturday, so it was twice as many people as last year, 3 times as many people. And as you can barely even walk through, it's just so many people. But as I was walking through, I walked by all the park troopers. They have the park troopers there with their all in the green uniform, and there's like 5 of them, and they're all just standing together, and they're just looking into this crowd of like way too many people in the park, just like way too many people in the park, open weed market, and like there's really nothing that they can do. There's no like enforcement coming or anything. So they're just standing there, just like with their mouths open, doing nothing. Anyway, but there was no incidents of anything. It seemed to be a good time. I didn't hear about any news reports of anything going bad.
I did not either.
Yeah, so that was good. Usually, people are pretty well behaved when it comes to this stuff, which is nice.
Excellent. I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah. That's all I got. And I'm home alone because the family's in Japan visiting Osaka grandma and doing all kinds of stuff.
Because it's spring break.
Spring break.
Yeah, my kids are off too, but I've been working.
What are they doing?
My wife's been home, so they actually went into the city on Monday, and I met up with everyone later for Passover Seder. Happy Passover, by the way. And after the Seder, I drove everyone home, but they had a fun day shopping. I'm trying to remember what yesterday was because I feel like they did stuff. Yesterday,
Tuesday.
My wife and daughter got their hair done, and that is literally an all-day event. They
you have
leave
to be
at 10,
there?
No, I'm home working.
Oh.
They're there from 10 to 6.
Right. What?
10 to 6.
What is going on? Oh my God. I'm so glad I'm a man and have no hair.
Oh, it's crazy. I don't understand it. And then today they went and they're back into the city and they saw Wicked on Broadway because the kids had never seen that. And then they went to Margaritaville for dinner because I wasn't there to pick a restaurant. So
Margaritaville was the best they could do in Manhattan?
I think it was close to the theater and they wanted to catch the train.
God.
So
I think your wife just wanted some big ass drinks after being with the kids.
That's also probably likely. So that's what they did, and yeah, and I don't know what they're doing tomorrow or Friday yet because I don't know. I'm
Nice.
working.
Right.
Yeah, I have to work. I'm boring.
Right. I've been working at the table tennis camp this week too. I mean, not getting paid, but
I know what you mean. Volunteering.
volunteering.
Mhm.
And I got a new $300 paddle today.
Nice. I didn't.
That would be too much for you, I think.
Yeah,
It's too much for me.
I wouldn't know what to do with it.
You would hit the ball with it
Mhm.
That-
in various
is that what you
ways.
do?
In
Even with
various
the $300
ways.
ones?
Yeah. Same as the $25 ones. You just do it better. Hopefully. Should we show feedback?
Sure.
Should I do this long one? Because it's
You do
long.
the long one. I know you added it, so.
This was in regards to my karate training story where I got my ass kicked, and Hayes wrote in and he said that listening to that unlocked some traumatic experiences that he had when he was a kid. He said when he was doing his exam to get the blue belt, they made me fight a bunch of grown-ass black belt adults. He was 17. He says, I remember how angry I was feeling and having to hold my tears back after getting kicked the hell out of me. After that night, I couldn't even go to school because the pain was unbearable and no amount of Advil worked. Turned out that I had a sprained rib. And then he said he never went back there or trained karate ever again. And blah, blah, blah. He said his story was really similar to mine, and he believes that the Karate Kid movie was onto something, and maybe there are a lot of asshole senseis out there.
I mean, I could see that. I could see senseis who.
I was an adult at the time, so that's different. I knew, and I'm, it was big. At least not I'm assuming he wasn't 6'4". But I definitely, my ribs hurt. Everything hurt after that.
You were never brought to tears?
I didn't cry, no. But maybe after. I remember.
I was young doing karate, so there was definitely times where
you cried.
The tears were flowing.
But not because you got hurt, right? Or because you just you lost something, or
you
lost a match.
The first time I tried to break some boards and didn't, that kind of hurt.
Yeah.
But I was right up. I broke them the next time, tears and all, just because I had to.
Did it hurt?
Not when I actually did it correctly. If you do it incorrectly, yes.
But you cried when you did it correctly too, or no?
Oh, I was still crying from the first time.
Oh, you went back. You go.
Yeah,
you don't
I
give
went
up.
back. It was like back to the end of the line and come back around.
What is up with the breaking thing? I don't know. It's weird. How could a little kid break a cement block if it was ever if that was a real test of anything? You know what I'm saying? It's not there's a big difference between a cement block and a table tennis ball. I can believe a kid can hit a table tennis ball hard if he knows how to do it right, but I don't think a 60-pound kid can, I don't know, whatever, break something really hard, no matter what technique he uses. Anyway, what else? That's funny.
I was waiting for more comparisons between a ping pong ball.
I haven't many. Hold on.
Brick.
Give me a minute.
All right.
No, I never cried doing karate, but I did remember after the test sitting in the locker room after, and my friend did it with me. We did the karate class together, and that's in my 20s. I just remember sitting in the locker room after, and we both looked at each other. We were like, "What the fuck was that?" That was fucking crazy. And I remember it was on the second floor, and you have to walk down a very steep, narrow set of stairs. And I just remember walking down those stairs was very difficult because the beatings. All right, what else we got in the show feedback?
Sure. Rectum662 has to say, I don't know if I agree with Wombat in regards to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles being bigger than Avatar.
Come on. The rest of this is why? Yes, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is bigger than Avatar.
Oh, yeah.
There's no question about it.
Yeah, I was going to say.
This is the whole Spider-Man versus Iron Man conversation.
This is, I think, even more laughable because Iron Man had $1 billion movie at the time we had that conversation. This is Avatar: The Last Airbender, although it is a popular franchise.
Sure.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is a multi-billion-dollar phenomena that's been $1 billion phenomena for close to 40 years. So yeah, I'm gonna give the nod to Teenage Ninja Turtles.
Should I ask ChatGPT?
And that doesn't have anything to do with the quality of Avatar: The Last Airbender or
it's
people's
not
enjoyment of it.
Yeah.
Just the cultural impact of the two. it's a huge gap between the two.
I agree. Yes, as Ship said, it's not a knock on the quality of the show. No one's saying it's a bad show or doesn't do what it does extremely well. But to say that that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is not a larger thing, that's
Right.
silly.
Yeah, ChatGPT agrees.
This is like comparing a ping pong ball to a cinder block.
Exactly.
It's not. Those who know. You know the truth. What else?
Well, Wade Skelton, 75-85, if you want to know the numbers. Man, I don't know why, but I laughed my ass off while Wombat was describing how his legs don't bend the way other people's legs bend. Made me think about the cheap action figures that couldn't bend at the knee and how both legs had to swing together. Was that how the Star Wars ones were? He says. Sorry, Wombat, no offense, but that shit was funny. I'm sure you're still an excellent rower. Also, GP fighting kids is something this show needs to push it into the next level.
Not fighting any kids.
I know you're not fighting any kids. Yeah, no, I still row like a frog. There's no getting around that. Every time I row, and I'm so aware of it too.
You row like a frog? You said you had frog's legs. Yeah,
that's what I mean. Yeah, I row because my legs go like this. Like,
oh, well, why? Oh, because the belly's in the way. Because the belly's in the way?
Probably. That's probably part of it. Also, my legs just go they don't go like this. They go like a diamond.
Can you put your legs up on the desk? Like the desk is the rowing machine and your chair is the seat of the rower. And then
I can't. No, I don't have enough room behind me.
I just want to see you push your whole desk over.
It would look like I'm having a baby.
That's good too.
Yeah.
Either result is fine for me.
I know. Would it be comedy? Yes. Am I going to do it? Absolutely not.
Right. I need to show up at that Orange Theory one day. I wish you wouldn't do it so early.
No, that's your own fault.
That's like your kryptonite to keep me away from there.
I know. I even woke
doing
up
those early classes.
Yep. I got out of bed at 6:15 this morning thinking I was going to go. I'm like, I'm going to go to Orange Theory.
Is that your normal time? You wake up 6:15?
Between 6 and 6:15.
That's very early. What about you, Shep?
I'm that same window.
Kids, young kids.
Mm-hmm. My kids aren't that young. My daughter's the same age as your son.
No, I know. I was talking about the ship. I don't know why you waking up so early.
I don't know. Actually, Sabrina is at school. Usually, it depends depending upon the day. She could be at school before 7. So, because she does the morning announcements for the school.
You take her to school?
Sometimes depends on the day. Sometimes I do. Sometimes Laura does.
Oh, she has to. Someone has to take her.
Someone has to. We don't have bus. We're too close.
Right.
But too far to drive. Too far to walk. Too close for a bus.
Right.
By 0.1 mile. So it's annoying.
I wake up at 7:30 because nobody needs me to do anything until 7:30.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I wake up.
That's because your son doesn't do the morning announcements.
Well, he walks to school. unless it's raining or really cold and snowing, then I'll drive him. Mm-hmm. But thanks to global warming, it's really not much snow or cold anymore. Mm-hmm. Woo-hoo. Is that it for the show feedback? That is the end of the show feedback. How about Watch This, jerks?
Sure. What's this? What's number 1?
I watched Barbie because Mrs. Cheapy is away. And she did not want to watch. I kept asking her to watch it, and she kept saying no. So I watched it. Did you watch it, Wombat?
I did.
I watched it again the same day you watched it the first time, I think.
I don't know. I didn't love it. I feel like it was hyped up a lot. So by the time I got to it, probably my expectations were too high. I mean, I thought it was pretty clever. I didn't actually make it to the very end. It was getting a little much. You know what I'm saying? Why are you shaking your head?
It's not even that long a movie.
It wasn't that long.
Less than 2 hours.
I mean, maybe I got to the end. I don't know. Barbie was crying about something, and I was like, yeah, the patriarchy came back, and then it was gone. You got
close. Yeah, okay.
I was really at the end, and I was like, yeah, okay.
You were very close to the end.
I didn't really care that much at the end of the day. I see what they did with Barbie.
You wanted the patriarchy to stay, and then you're like, wait. That's where you turn it off. You're like, yep,
Cheapy likes
we have resolution here. The patriarchy is here.
it was hardly there at all. Like that was like you could blink and that if you went to the bathroom during that section of the movie, I feel like you would miss that whole patriarchy section. You know, it wasn't that long. Then again, I watched it in 2 sections, so I'm not really sure. Maybe my timing is off, but I feel like Kendom didn't last that long in running time. I don't think
it was supposed to.
No, I get it. You didn't want to upset everybody. I mean, I appreciate what they did. With it, I didn't really care. Like I don't care about Barbie at all in general. But they couldn't get me to care, basically. That's all.
Okay.
I stared at Barbie's butt when I was supposed to, and I enjoyed that.
Which Barbie?
The blonde Barbie.
Hi, Barbie.
Regular. What do they call it? I didn't even like. It was so
stereotypical Barbie.
That was so weird. That whole thing. I thought that was just really weird.
Hi, Barbie. Hi,
But
Barbie.
then stereotypical Barbie is white Barbie, and like the whole point of the movie is like diversity and all this stuff. But still, the main character of the movie is the white blonde Barbie, and the white blonde
that's Barbie.
I'm not criticizing.
Did you not hear the part where she's who you think about if you think about Barbie?
Yeah, I get it. But what I'm
you
saying,
understand the subtle undertones.
so subtle.
So we're in the Barbie movie.
So yeah, so my shoulders were fucking aching because they were so subtle. It was my head was.
You should have watched American Fiction instead.
Beaten down with it. American Fiction. You talked about that. Yes, probably. I wanted to. I just wanted to check out the visuals mostly because I heard a lot about the visuals. And
it's a very practical movie, and I think that does help make the movie better.
The effects, you mean?
The effects are mostly practical. Those sets are real. It's not green screens, and I think it makes a difference.
It was cool. Like
it's a tactile universe.
What score would you give the choreography?
It's pretty good. That was Simu Liu, right?
Yes.
As Asian Ken.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Like I appreciate like the job that what's the actor's name? Ryan Gosling did as Ken.
Yes.
Like the job with his body. I mean, like looks like he didn't eat. He only ate egg whites for just raw eggs only for 6 months, and worked out 8 hours a day. I don't know. Yeah, it was fine. I don't know. I'll never think about it again, except when I'm masturbating to Ryan Gosling's.
Ryan Gosling, yeah.
Yeah. You watched Crisis on Infinite Earth. I saw that on there, and I was like, am I going to watch the second half of Barbie or fucking Crisis on Infinite Earth? But
I watched Crisis on Infinite Earth Part 1 on HBO Max.
Oh, that's a Part 1?
It's a Part 1. It's still complete. I would say it's worth watching, especially for you, because you're going to be happier watching this an hour and a half at a time than watching
for sure
3 hours. Are you familiar with Crisis on Infinite Earth in any way, shape, or form?
Have they made one of these animated movies before?
They haven't made a Crisis on Infinite Earth animated movie, but it is based on a graphic novel from
I probably would know it then.
The 1980s. They do change things up quite a bit, but it does hit, if you're familiar with the story, it is going to hit all the beats that you're expecting it to hit. If you're a fan of it, there's definitely, a lot. It's lots of cool Easter eggs if you're a DC Comics fan. I actually really enjoyed it. It's Flash centric. Yeah. So,
it's Flash centric.
It's Flash centric. It's funny because it's like this is what you saw the Flashpoint animated movie.
I love that movie. That's great.
Yes, and you watch this and you're like, oh, I see what they wanted the Flash movie to be. They wanted it to be like a combination of those two stories.
Right.
And they just couldn't quite make it work. And here's these animated movies that make it work.
I have a theory why the movie didn't work, by the way.
Oh, yeah, why?
Because they made the Flash so annoying. Like, you can't make him that annoying.
Yeah, this Flash is not annoying. This Flash is endearing.
Okay, great. That's like Flashpoint was the same way. It's like she was.
It is the same Flash.
Oh, okay.
Those movies are all connected.
Cool.
It is the same Flash.
Oh, wow. That was so long ago.
Yep.
Cool. Excellent. All right. We can talk about Fallout now.
Yes, we could talk about Fallout. Or should I talk about the other thing I watched first and then we'll do Fallout?
Sure.
Yeah, I also watched on Max. I watched Conan O'Brien Must Go, the 4-part Conan O'Brien travel series.
Hmm.
It's new. It's funny. It's Conan O'Brien making an ass out of himself in foreign countries. So if that's up your alley, which it is for me, you're going to very much like this.
I thought about watching that. I saw that on there on that's HBO, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saw that there. I was like, sure, that's entertaining.
Yeah, exactly.
I have full control over this TV.
You should watch it. You should watch Crisis first, though. I think because you're a fan of those, you might like it more.
I feel like no, but Mrs. Cheapy will watch that.
Oh, okay. So
She
maybe
will,
you
if you
wait.
say it's good, she will watch that. Ty would watch it too, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Ty would probably not watch Fallout though.
No.
I don't know.
Why
It's
not?
pretty adult. Like even though he's 16, like I don't. It's got like
Why wouldn't he watch it?
I don't know. I don't think he knows much about Fallout.
That's different, but
It's got
he might like it.
It's got a fair amount of fucking in it for.
I mean,
for
it doesn't have
Fallout.
it doesn't have that. There is. I don't want to say there's no nudity in it. There is.
I
But,
mean, there's a surprising amount of fucking and violence. I mean, I guess violence part is not that surprising, but
it is not that surprising, especially if you go back, if you remember the games. There is
yes,
a lot of violence
right,
in those video games.
right, and every fucking TV show is violent now anyway. So
Mhm.
why wouldn't this one be? But the sex part and the adult nature of basically the show itself, beyond just the violence, surprised me.
I mean, let's see. I want to. How do I talk about Fallout, especially since Chip hasn't seen it yet, and not spoil anything? I thought the good things are really, really good, but I thought the not good things were kind of lame. And
That's an unusual stance than what you usually have on the good things and the lame things.
I enjoyed the good things. I did not like the bad things.
I enjoyed the lame things.
I was gonna say, but the quality of what makes it good greatly outweighs the stuff that I wasn't enjoying in the show. So the parts that I felt were too slow, or they
Flashbacks,
too
right?
long.
The flashbacks are the part you don't like, but you never like flashbacks. You're anti-flashback in general.
It's not that I hated the flashbacks. There was some of it that I found interesting, from a Fallout lore perspective. I'm like, oh, this is interesting, but I felt like they could have done like they could have cut it in half, and I still would have had the same understanding of what they were trying to show without as much of it that they showed.
I think I like the background because then you care about the characters, especially some of the like the what's the guy the ghoul, he's been around for a while. You need to learn about the backstory. I really liked it. We watched the whole season, me and Mrs. Chibi, and we both really liked it. Mrs. Chibi is a big Fallout fan. She played the original. She played Fallout and Fallout 2 on PC when it came out, and so we both really enjoyed it. We basically binged the shit out of that. We every night we watched an episode, and I think one day we watched 2.
I like
That's
I
binging for
like
us.
the cast in it too. I thought they all did a decent job. I think Maximus is probably the weakest link of the 3 main characters.
I like his character. I like his character because it's complex. Like you don't know, like, is he an asshole? Is he out for himself? Is he?
Sometimes he talks like he has like a baby voice sometimes, and that bothered me.
I haven't noticed
The
that.
baby voice parts, like he talks like a little kid. I think it's because, I think it's intentional, like his character never really grew up.
Okay.
So he has this childlike naivety.
Yes.
So sometimes, but it comes out through in his voice, and I just found that annoying. It's
Fair enough.
Yeah,
It's a little weird.
may-
His character is a weird character. It's not because he's not super weird. He's sort of on the border of being weird, which is interesting. I found it interesting. Painkiller.
I mean, he's in a weird
Situation in the universe for sure. Painkiller in the chat says, "I'm a Fallout fan. Thought the show was okay, but Silo is doing it better." Have you watched Silo on Apple?
I started watching Silo and I got bored and stopped.
Well, Silo is really good, and Silo is way more tense and just overall like sort of its own creepy ambiance and its own unique thing going on. I think, probably Silo is a little better, but they can both are,
I like
can
the
be good.
Fallout. I like the dressing. I like the dressing of Fallout. I like the
Oh yeah, then they do it great. Like everything looks
Yeah.
great. Like
everything looks great. And you're seeing all these things and you know what they are and the outfits and and the nods to the game, just in the changes of Lucy's outfit as as the show progresses.
it's cool.
It is cool because you know exactly what's happening without them having to tell you what's happening, and I appreciate that.
And on the same level, if you've never played Fallout before, you can still enjoy the show. Like if you don't,
Yes.
it won't like you wouldn't be
Yeah.
like, I don't know what's going on or what is
Mhm.
this? What is yeah. They did a good job. They did a good job
I will
with
say
it.
that the scene with the guy's foot almost made me vomit. But other than that,
Dude, I watch so many. I just look away. I just see it coming and I look away.
I
So much
I
looking
couldn't
away.
I couldn't look at it. I could not look
Okay, you
at it.
shouldn't look at it. I don't know why they like. Do we need to see it? We.
Ugh,
There's something about not seeing stuff. That's great too. Can we just
not
leave
see
stuff
that.
to
Yeah.
leave stuff to the imagination? I mean, we know you can do it. We know we have the technology. Doesn't mean we need to see somebody's foot hanging by like
Ugh.
the card. I don't even know what. I looked away fast, but I knew I didn't want to see it.
Mm-mm.
It was like looked like somebody's foot in a.
Seems like maybe this show is a pass.
No, I mean that's the exact reason why, like, when I said we had to be in the mood for it, like,
But it's the tone is not like it's not the opposite tone of Silo. Even though they're both like these sci-fi universes, Silo is much more like grim. Like this is
Yeah.
grim in a it's got the Fallout upbeat Fallout like
It has a dark,
music.
there's
You know,
that
That's
dark
the part
sense
we're
of
looking-
humor.
yeah,
Yeah.
I want to see that.
yeah,
part.
it's
I-
cool.
Yeah.
I'm just not big on like gross.
You look
stuff.
away for a second. It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
You jump in. You're gonna like it.
It's not the majority of the show, which to its to its credit, so that when it does show you something that's gross, you're like, okay, that's super gross. But it's not every episode. But there are a couple of like count on one hand moments where you're like, oh, that's super gross, and that was super gross, and that
one
was
an episode,
incredibly
at least one an
disturbing.
episode, at least.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right. But a lot of but that's not unusual anymore. And a lot of series share that. Even
Especially
fucking
on
Shogun.
Amazon.
Even Shogun has some fucking gross. Like I need to see the guy's fucking head come off. Do I? Like,
Mm-hmm.
all right. I think is that all we're watching? I think that's it.
That's enough. Yeah.
That's
We'll
enough.
talk more about Fallout later.
Sure. Ship, watch some so we can talk about it more.
Mm-hmm.
Do your job, man.
Watch
What?
the Bluey episode. What more do you want from me?
Not that.
Did you cry? Did everyone cry at Bluey?
I
Did
no,
not.
I did not, because I got up and like, oh, I gotta go get a glass of water.
You hid? You hid during the crying part? That's
Yeah.
wow. That's wimpy.
Yeah.
Wow, that's like classic
Oh.
dad move right there.
No, I showed
All right.
my son my
I
tears.
think someone's at the door.
Right. We could check on I think the dryer went off. Let me go see if the dryer's all right.
I gotta change the oil in the cars. I'll be back in a jiff.
And I'm just going to be chopping these onions right here while I watch the show. I don't know if anything happens during the show, but I'll just be chopping these onions.
Why
Oh.
are they putting up a for sale sign?
Like, that show is just so well written for what it is. Like,
Mhm.
it's
I've never seen it. That's all. I still
You would-
never.
I think you would enjoy it quite a bit.
I wouldn't know where to start. I feel like I need to know where to start.
Episode
just
one.
start at the beginning. They're 7 minutes long usually, right?
Wombat, it is a show for children. You can
Mhm.
definitely figure out what's going on. You can jump in
right.
anytime. You can. I'm sure you can watch the last episode and you'd know exactly what's
Yeah.
going on.
Yeah, it's just like this episode like has so many, like, this is the first half hour long episode they've done, which, I mean, it's 4 times as long as the previous episodes, and so it like has a lot of callbacks to like characters that don't show up all the time.
Reddy, greeny, yellowy. I love yellowy and
Uh-huh.
brownie.
Mhm.
Great. I've watched that show when you guys came over and stayed here.
Yeah.
I was forced to watch it.
Yeah, you saw it was the 80s or whatever, right? Saw that episode?
Yeah. It's Australian. They got some clever Australian comedy writers.
Yeah.
You know, I've seen some good stuff
Mhm.
come from there. New releases. Is there any good stuff in here?
The new version of Lunar Lander came out this week.
I love Lunar Lander.
which is
Okay.
$30.
So it's a battle royale now. What's going on with Lunar
Wait, what's
Lunar
going on?
Lander?
I
Why
think
are we
it's-
beyond now?
Yeah, I'm
Lunar
checking
Lander
this out
Beyond.
fast.
It's more like a platformer
Oh,
version of
no,
Lunar Lander.
that doesn't sound right. Let's see.
I didn't request the code for it. They asked me if I wanted one. I just knew that I was going to be busy and I didn't want to waste their time.
Did you write them back? I'm busy.
No, I just didn't reply. There's a couple of games this week where I could have gotten codes and didn't. Which when I say it out loud, I feel like a dick. But
I can't
I
even
don't know,
tell what
what's-
kind of game this is. Oh, here it is.
it's like a platformer version of Lunar Lander. If you're familiar with Lunar Lander.
No, it's not. What do you mean platformer? You're flying through space, though.
Well, you're going like through levels and
Right.
Yeah, like a
I wouldn't call that a
platformer.
platformer. You're flying. Platformer can't be when you're in air most of the time.
I mean, platformer, I think just implies that it's a linear level style game where you have to get through obstacles.
I don't know about that.
It does?
It's not.
I don't think
yeah.
so. I disagree.
Yeah, it's not. This is not
It
what I
doesn't
would
have to be
come to
jumping.
mind.
I feel like it has to be
I
jumping
feel like
and
it
running.
has to be
Running,
jumping in a
at least
platformer.
running, not flying.
Yeah,
Let's see what
well.
Steam. I'm looking at the Steam store. What's the genre here?
What's the genre we have here of
I don't
Lunar
know.
Lander Beyond?
There's a
It says-
demo though.
It says adventure probably.
There's a demo. I can tell you that. It's not setting the Steam store on fire. I can tell you that. It's got 2 reviews. I don't think it's. Oh wait, here we go. Exploration Flight Space Sim 2D. They would call this a flight game. That's what they call this. No one tagged it as platformer.
I don't know.
I
That's
can.
how I would describe it, but that's just me. Anyway, there's only 2 reviews, but I
Have you
think
ever
if
played
we
a
took-
platformer before?
No, clearly I haven't.
Well, I'm going to tag it as a platformer for you.
Thanks.
Platformer. Would you call it a 2D platformer, a 3D
Yes.
platformer, a platformer, a precision platformer, or a puzzle platformer?
I think it's a 2D precision puzzle platformer.
only
is
do one.
literally how I would describe it.
I'm going to leave the store alone. So the game looks, actually, I like the art style of the game, just looking at the seeing like the trailer there. I would check it out if they sent me a code. Do you guys remember
Do
Lunar
you want-
Lander?
do you want me to ask?
Sure.
I can
remember
ask them
Lunar
for one tomorrow.
Do it.
Okay, I'll get you a code tomorrow.
it.
The last time I got one of these games, I think I played like 10 seconds of it. What was the last one of those like remixed Atari games that I
The
really
recharge games?
No, Berserk. It was Berserk. That really turned me off, actually. As somebody who has Evil Auto on my backpack as a pin.
We'll see. We'll discuss it tomorrow then.
Okay. By the way, speaking of pins on my backpack, somebody, when I was in the city for 420, somebody said, "Hey man, I really like your Parappa pin." And I was like, "Cool, man." Younger urban man. And I felt like a young hip man myself with my Parappa pin. Thank you. That kept me going the rest of the day. That compliment. I was like, all right. All right, what else we got here?
Well, there's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Arcade Wrath of the Mutants.
Okay. I like that.
So, do you know what that is? That's the 2017.
That's a
arcade
more recent arcade game.
Yeah.
Oh, so I don't like that.
That's the more. It's actually not bad. Like, I've played quite a bit of that in the arcade with.
Oh, I was gonna say, did you get a code for it?
No,
In the
no.
arcade.
I've played the arcade game, so I would
'Cause
be
that was
interested.
that was the other one that I.
Oh, okay. I would be interested in this
Oops.
one.
Sorry.
Just because Dash and I have played a lot of it, and it wouldn't cost me putting more dollars.
Okay, well then I
Into
can
the
email them.
machine to
I'll
continue.
email them tomorrow too and ask for a code.
It's very much a like what you would imagine. Like the 2017 turtles were kind of those blocky looking turtles, like blocky hands and everything. In a typical Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles arcade game, like the brawler type thing, where you're throwing people into the screen, and it's got all that type of stuff. So it's good.
Good.
I learned today that the guy from Revenge of the Nerds was in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The guy who played Takeshi was one of the turtles.
Okay.
I don't know which one, but I saw he's coming to that thing at Cradle of Aviation on Long Island. Yeah, somehow it's Revenge of the Nerds themed this year.
Yeah, it's very strange.
Right? Like, that's good, though. I think people, like, I bet you get a good turnout on Long Island. You could probably got, like, a lot of 50-year-old dads that, like, yeah, I want to meet Ogre. And he was on...
Ogre's gonna be there.
Dude, Ogre?
Yeah, Ogre.
Lewis?
Lewis, too?
Takeshi?
Okay.
Mhm.
Was that it?
And Booger. And Booger.
No, it's not Booger.
Not Booger.
Curtis Armstrong was in one of the pictures. Yes, he
No,
was.
no, he's in the picture, but he wasn't listed as one of the guests.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because they showed the picture of them all together, like the four of them together
The scam.
as adults. Oh, man.
Yeah, I was bummed because that's Curtis Armstrong.
Yeah.
I was bummed. No, I would have noticed. And yeah.
What about Lamar? Is Lamar gonna be there?
No, I'm pretty sure it was just those three. And then they had some other people there. But I want to meet Ogre.
Me too.
He was in First and 10 too. Do you remember that show? The football show?
Yes, with Delta Burke.
And he was in that. Do you remember? He was like the big linebacker, and I forgot what his name was.
Probably also Ogre.
I don't think it was Ogre. That show had a lot of nudity in it, so I watched that. I made sure to watch that.
Yeah, I remember that.
It was pretty good. OJ was in that show, right? Wasn't OJ in that show?
It might be.
He was in it.
I will believe
OJ
you.
First and 10. Yeah, there he is. I knew it.
Exciting.
What else?
Which country is larger for Switch?
That's a game.
Yeah.
Which country is larger?
Yes.
There are other games to talk about though. There's
Where is Drake? Where is Drake? Is that the game you wanted to talk about?
Tales of Kenzera Zao. That's an EA game. It's like an EA. What do they call them now? EA or originals. It's an EA original.
Oh,
Which is it's a Metroidvania game based on the creator's African heritage. Where is he from? It said I was trying to look it up.
Africa,
where exactly he's from.
I guess.
Yeah. The game is heavily inspired by Bantu cultures. So, and also the creator is an actor named Abubakar Salim, and he was on the show Raised by Wolves. So part of the look of the game is based on his experience while filming that show in South Africa. Yeah.
That show had a really cool look to it. I love the design of that show. I
So
can't believe that
that's
show
why-
fucking...
See, so you might be interested. It is on what is it, PlayStation Mid, but my PlayStation Mid ran out, so I did not renew full PlayStation Mid. I only renewed PlayStation Basic. So I don't have PlayStation Mid to play it.
Oh, this looks really nice. Ship, I think you would really like this game.
And it's a cool
I'm
looking
looking at it.
Metroidvania.
I had seen some of this previously.
Yeah,
but I
this
didn't
game
know it
looks
was out this
great,
week.
and I wanted to play it. I just, like I said, I didn't renew the right thing. So
Oh, you get to, if you have EA something, you can play this?
if you have PlayStation Mid, you can
Oh,
play it.
PlayStation Mid. Okay, sorry, you did say that.
I
So
did
you
say
would
that.
you would not call this game a platformer? Just checking.
That
It's the
game-
flight sim.
It is considered a Metroidvania. So I'll go with that.
That's a platformer.
That's a Metroidvania is a subgenre of platformer in my mind.
Yes, I agree.
Yes. Mhm.
What else we got here, Wombat?
Pretty Girls Escape. Plus.
We
They
have
do plus. Okay, that's out.
we
Mhm.
have Yuden Chronicle 100 Heroes. Ayuden? Yuden? How do you pronounce that?
I didn't.
I don't
didn't do
know.
anything. I don't know.
Shuriken Chronicle?
Ayuden!
Ayuden Chronicle 100 Heroes. It's getting very good reviews. It's a classic style JRPG game with 100 characters in it and
Too many.
100 heroes.
They've made these before, right?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. But it's supposed to be very good. And I like the art style in it. I don't know if I'll give it a shot, but it is on Game Pass.
That's not your bag.
It doesn't mean I wouldn't give it a shot. It's on Game Pass and I have Game Pass. It's just
Sure.
sitting there saying download it and start it up.
Yeah, or you're gonna play Fallout 4. One of the
Mhm.
two.
Mhm. Look, you may know me better than I know me, but that doesn't mean that you know me better than I
Right.
do. you.
How did it
Mhm.
take this long for Switch to get 4 in a row? Like that blows my mind that 4 in a row has not been a game yet on
Now,
Switch.
I'm assuming
Are we
that's
doubling up on
that's
titles at this point.
Connect 4. I'm assuming that's Connect 4 without
Shit,
having to pay
There's
Milton Bradley.
definitely like 7 other versions of that game on there.
I'm waiting for Hello Kitty 4 in a row.
There's 4 in a row spelled out, FOUR in a row.
Mhm.
There's this one, the number 4 in a row. There's FOR in a row. Trust me, they've got it all covered. There's 4 in a column. They got that. They got every variation of that. They're all like $3.99.
How's what about Corn Kids with a Z 64?
That makes it cool.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to look at this when I look.
It does remind me of my college days. It's 64 Corn Kids. That was the hot game, right? On Nintendo.
Yep.
What is? Yeah, look that up. Let me know.
It's a 3D platformer.
Spaceships.
Sure?
I'm positive. Oh, Taco Cat is in it or something. I don't know. I'm
Sounds
watching
horrible.
it. It looks like it's an N64 style 3D platformer. It's exactly what you'd expect it to be. Doesn't look bad.
Okay.
Doesn't look bad for
See,
$7. Corn Kids 64 might be worth a look.
see, we make fun, but we don't know.
Yeah, we don't.
4 in a row could be awesome.
10 out of 10 on Steam.
There you go. What does 4 in a row have on Steam?
Oh no, I don't. Yeah, I don't know.
4
in a row. Is it on? Yeah.
4 in a row.
By the way, Ship, we have a message from Eric who's watching us on a YouTube channel. He said he wanted to let you know that. Oh, I just scrolled. He said that he wants to know if you remember meeting him at the E3 2018 Fortnite party event. Remember meeting Eric?
I remember meeting people
He
at
said-
the
he said-
Fortnite parties.
I'll never forget. I looked up and you were there, and I expressed my love for you, Wombat, and Chibi, which is a nice sentiment.
That's nice. Which was 2018? Was that the big one?
Fortnite.
Was
There's
that the
a
big Fortnite one, like at the near the Olympics place?
With the In-N-Out burger trucks.
Could be. Is the one that had the concerts, and not the one with the guy that dresses up in the Solo Cup.
Not Oliver Tree.
Not Oliver Tree. The one before that had somebody from like the Black Panther or Spider-Man soundtrack. Don't remember. which one it
Oh
was.
yeah, that guy who was very mean. He was like making fun of gamers. That was, like,
making
his
fun
thing.
of gamers.
Jay.
I remember meeting people at both.
Right.
So I probably do remember meeting you, Eric.
right.
I would have to have a face to go with the name.
Right. Great. All right. What else we got? That's it for the new releases, right?
That's it for new releases, yes.
Okay. There's a game called Ratarinth, which is like a labyrinth but with rats, I guess.
Okay.
All right. Let's move on to your fortnightly news, Wombat. Let's hear all about
Sure.
what's going on in Fortnite.
Well, actually, there was
you
some
still playing
controversy. I'm still playing Fortnite.
All right.
There was some controversy in Fortnite where, oh my God, I'm literally having like a brain
It
hemorrhage.
was the Hitler skin, right?
No, Donald Mustard had a big interview with Stephen Toledo this week.
Oh, okay.
Donald Mustard, who was the creator essentially of Fortnite, who left the game fairly recently, and he had a pretty candid interview with Stephen Totillo. Thank you.
I thought it was somebody else. Okay.
Yeah, Stephen Totillo. I'm like, what? Yeah. So Donald Mustard spoke to Stephen Totillo about why he left Fortnite. And, basically, and it's exactly the reasons why you thought. He wasn't thrilled with the direction that they're going in with all of these different game modes. He wanted the game to focus more on live events and doing more within the Battle Royale scenario that
The main game that people are spending their time in.
Exactly. I mean, it's just, and I agree with him. I think he's right. And I'm not surprised that he left. So.
How long ago did he leave? Is that
He left during chapter 3, so
that's a while ago?
It's a while. The last thing he worked on, I think, was chapter 3, season 3.
Ship,
So
what
we're
chapter are we on now, Ship?
Chapter
We're on
5,
chapter
season 2.
5.
Oh, you knew.
something.
Oh, you knew. Okay.
Well, that's
Yeah, you're into it. I forgot.
That's
You got sucked in.
I'm not I I've not played it in a couple weeks.
Oh, just quit cold turkey like that.
I don't so I don't find Avatar stuff all that exciting, and the I don't know, the mythical gods,
That's lame. That's lame.
it was okay for a while, but I'm like, I don't know, I got up to level, I'll probably get to level 100, but I'm like I don't know, I'm like 60 or 70.
Well, I bet you got him, man. I mean, he's in.
No, it's because
he is in.
It's because Dash plays. Like I've never
excuses.
sat down and played Fortnite without either my daughter or my son playing Fortnite.
Yeah. Yep. It's fine. But yeah, and they also added Billie Eilish this week. That's the other big thing.
Oh, okay. I like Billie Eilish.
Yep, she's now in the game. They replaced Lady Gaga with Billie Eilish. It's the festival pass, so you get a whole bunch of stuff. It's not just the skin.
What do I get? Tell me what I get. I need to know if it's a good value.
Like a couple of music tracks, like 6 or 8 or whatever it might be. You get some fancy musical instruments. You get 2 styles for Billie Eilish, and I think it's under $18 for the whole festival pass.
All right.
I think it's unlockable.
Phineas is not unlockable. I also personally think that the festival stuff is too expensive. I knowing that the Avatar, The Last Airbender pass is about $10, $9, whatever it is, and you get a similar amount of stuff. I think,
more popular, Billie Eilish or Avatar?
That's a good question. I don't know if I can answer that.
Let's ask ChatGPT. I can just plug that right in because
I think you get better stuff in the Avatar pass for half the price. So I don't know. I think they overcharge for it. That's just me. But then again, every game I go into, I see like half the lobby is Billie Eilish now.
Yeah, yeah.
So I could very well be wrong about
Name
that.
all the Avatar people.
You got Goku and Piccolo.
Yes.
And
good.
Liu Kang.
Right. Naruto.
And Naruto.
Yes. That's all 4 of them.
Yeah, see, I know my peeps.
ChatGPT says that Avatar likely makes more money than Billie Eilish.
Okay. It's fair.
But it's hard. You can't be certain, but in case you're wondering.
Yeah. So there's that. And that's what's going on in Fortnite right now. And yes, Donald Mustard is right. They probably should go back to basics. But even he says, some of the stuff they're doing is great, but it's like what they're doing is great, but they need to, if they focused more on what is working and stop. Tim Sweeney, I think, is just the worst, but that's just me.
You didn't think the Rock Band direction was the way to go?
I don't think the Rock Band direction was the way to go. You know what? It's not the epic created modes that are the problem. It's still the leaning so much into creative mode, and everything. The UI is just such a mess because of it. It's so convoluted and confusing, and it used to be so streamlined and elegant, and that's what's so frustrating. It would be one thing if it was always a mess and it was something everyone's been complaining about for 5 years, but they had something that was so clean. And then they made a mess of it. And that's sort of the problem.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But now the instruments work.
Yeah. Congratulations.
You can buy instruments now again for Fortnite. Plastic instruments.
Can.
I'm not going to. I still have mine in the garage.
Mm-hmm.
Do the old ones still work?
I think some of them do. I think for it to work on an Xbox One, though, you need like wireless adapters, but it may work on your PlayStation.
And they probably don't exist. I have a feeling.
Yeah.
There'll be some artisanal ones. I'm sure. I don't need to buy another guitar. Like I've got plenty of
sucks.
Well, it's there. It just sucks that you have to pay whatever.
I mean, it's not
V-Bucks.
Rock Band, right? Like,
right. You're not getting the initial, like, here's this huge track list that you just get out of the gate, right? So
yeah,
it's all like piecemeal.
Mm-hmm. There's always going to be stuff.
I can buy
there,
Buddy Holly for like $5 or something. Like
if you want it all the time. Otherwise, you're stuck with
the
tracks.
song.
Yeah.
I don't know if they actually have Buddy
Oh,
Holly
if
songs
they
on
had a
there.
Buddy Holly festival pass, I might actually do that, but that would just be me. They would sell one to me.
What would you pay per month for like a Rock Band subscription service where it has?
Don't give them ideas.
Well, it's a good idea. I'm not.
Yeah.
I mean, they have obviously there's been a lot of Rock Band games. Of course, licensing is hard and all that stuff, but they've made a lot of games. Let's say
Didn't they try to do that
Guitar
once?
Hero Live.
That was hard. That was a ridiculous disaster. That was nothing like a flat subscription service, though. That was just like them. I don't know. That seemed like an experiment on humans to see like if they could navigate an impossible storefront.
What if they made Spotify, but it was Rock Band?
Yeah, and you're starting off with like, let's say they can't get all the old stuff in, but let's say they get a good chunk of it in there. Like, what would you pay per month? And I guess you'd have
I
to
wouldn't play
it.
enough of it personally.
No.
I personally wouldn't play enough. No,
I would pay $15 a month if they had a good selection of songs and they were constantly adding new songs.
but what if you had to buy new instruments?
If I had to buy new instruments, that's okay. I don't want to be buying songs, though, when they come out. I want them just to add the songs for free with my subscription.
All right. Well, yeah.
Because then it's going to be stupid. If I'm paying a subscription and now like, oh, it's the Aerosmith pack, I have to pay extra money for that. It better be $1, like for the whole fucking pack. Like it better be like a real microtransaction.
That's why I like Supernatural better than Beat Saber on VR. Supernatural is $10 a month, and you never have to pay for the new music.
It's a little different in that the Beat Saber stuff is pretty complex. Like they've sequenced the tracks.
Stuff. So is the Supernatural stuff.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
It's really not that much different at all. So no, I would disagree.
But you can't like the music in Supernatural is changing, right? Like you can't be like, oh, I'm going to practice Daft Punk now because they may not have that on the selection, right?
Sure, things don't go away.
Oh, every workout they just keep it.
Keep it. You could go back to when it first started and do the first workout where the coach goes, "Welcome to Supernatural. This is our first workout." It's still there.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. So no, things do not go away, and they do have artist series every now and again where if you want to do, and those don't go away either, where it's just like the one singer, or you could search by Daft Punk and find a playlist that has Daft Punk in it.
And that's what is that? $10 a month?
Yeah, that's $10 a month.
So that's a good price, I think, for Rock Band. They could come up with something.
I was going to
say
it's literally the same thing except it's VR punching, but
same concept.
But it is the same concept, and the songs do not go away. Yeah, $10
a month, do that. But they're not going to do that because they want to build it into Fortnite
that's the
deal with that existing store.
That's the Tim Sweeney thing. That's why I'm pissed at him. I'm like, just focus on. You have a golden goose. Build your golden goose a nice house and keep him safe and warm, so he keeps laying golden eggs. Right. Don't put a pig in the golden goose's house.
You calling harmonics a pig?
Yes.
That's so rude.
I'm very rude.
Right? They bought harmonics, right, for all that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not crazy. Yeah, I mean, sure. Fucking make harmonics and make the Rock Band platform. It doesn't have to be inside Fortnite. Especially when you're not benefiting from like, oh wow, I can watch RoboCop stand.
The thing is, though, it
guitar.
could be in Fortnite. It just doesn't have to be right on the same main screen as the Battle Royale. It could be. It used to be you would log in and there would be like two windows, and one would say Save the World, and the other would say Battle Royale, and you would choose, and then it would take you to.
Right. They want to make sure you see it, Wombat. You want to make sure you give it a shot. That's why. I hear you.
I get it.
What else we got here? So Fallout, I didn't even realize this, but so Fallout fee is free. I don't even know what they are. What are the free updates that Fallout 4
They're
is
doing a next gen upgrade.
Oh, that's what they're doing. Okay.
Yes, and that's supposed to be out on Friday. I started playing the game again earlier this week because I watched the show and I'm like, ooh, I need more Fallout in my life.
You and everybody, Wombat. You see this?
Yes.
The game rose by 7,500% on Steam.
Yeah, everyone's playing Fallout 4 again. Did I tell you what happened to my son? My son saw me playing Fallout 4 and he goes, I want to play Fallout 4 too. can I play it? And I said, you
No.
have an Xbox. You do whatever the hell you want.
Right.
And so he downloaded it. The very first mission, he gets out of the vault. He goes, he has to talk to, whatever his name is, Mr. Handy, the robot guy in the town, and he won't respond to him. He won't talk back to him. Apparently, this is a known glitch. You can't.
He's getting Fallout 4 experience.
Yes.
That first mission, it just won't start. Literally, in Sanctuary, he can't talk to the guy. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. He's like, well, I'll just keep walking and we'll see what happens. So he walks into the first town. He gets to the first building. The thing pops up and says that he completed the first mission because for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, it completed on its own. I guess I'll keep going. He goes into the first building. He clears it out. He talks to Preston, and Preston's like, thanks for clearing out the building. I'll meet you in Sanctuary. He goes to Sanctuary to talk to Preston, and Preston won't give him the next mission.
Sweet.
So he still has a mission in there, like to go to Diamond City. So he's like, I'll just keep playing and we'll see what happens. But these are known bugs that have been in this game for a decade and have never been patched out, which is somewhat laughable and also really sad at the same time. So I'm hoping that with this free upgrade, maybe they'll fix some of these bugs in the remastering on Friday. So
it says up to 60 frames per second, performance and quality mode, free update on with stability improvements, login and quest fixes. That sounds like what you're looking for.
So here's hoping that he gets his quest fixes and he doesn't have to restart his game over again, because he seems to be enjoying it, which is nice. He just needs to, he got his power armor and he's like, I'm wearing power armor the whole time. I'm like, you do you, man. You do you.
Right. Man, that's a good strategy. Interesting. The mod situation on the consoles is different, I guess, than the mod situation on PC, because it sounds like the mod situation on PC is very excellent and can really change the whole experience.
I don't want to put in mods. I want to play.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But like, even if you could like have like a cool new design for your Pip-Boy,
no,
you wouldn't be interested in that?
No, I want the design, the Fallout. That's like the charm of the game.
But what if it's better?
It would be better.
How do you mean it wouldn't be better? People make better things all the time.
I don't know. It's not the same.
But it is not the same. That's the point.
I don't want
it looks like the Mega Man blaster.
Yeah.
Sure, you can get that.
Exactly. I don't want
a Mega Man blaster for your arm?
I just want the Pip-Boy to look like the Pip-Boy.
No, but I mean, it can look
like a really big Apple Watch.
Yeah.
No, it's not someone I'm talking. I'm saying like I don't know what I'm saying. I just saw people saying that I watched some video and the guy had like a cool looking Pip-Boy and people were like, what's that? And it was some mod. And people were excited about it.
I think that they exist. I think is cool.
You might want to check it out just to like, you played the game already a bunch, right? Like how many hours you put into it the first time? You don't care.
I honestly barely remember the game. It actually has been that long where I'm like,
because you skip all the cutscenes and the talking.
That is true too. People start talking to me and I'm hitting that A button so fast. Like, hey, we're glad you're here. Hey. All right, go to that point. On my way. Go to the blip. Got it. Okay, I'm at the blip. Now what? And it shows up in the corner of my screen. Kill leader. Got it. Kill the leader. And then I kill the leader. And then go back to fast travel back to the blip. Got hit A. Leveled up. What else is there?
I don't know.
What is
the story?
What is he going to tell me? What is he going to tell me? Thank you for killing the leader. My small farm sure is glad that you did that. Oh, by the way, we're all going to die.
You're saying you got the idea, basically.
I get the gist. Yeah.
Just let me shoot somebody and take their stuff.
Exactly. Ooh, pants. Ooh, new pants.
So yeah, the Fallout TV show did a good job of pretty much emulating that situation.
Yeah, they sure did.
What are we up to here? Oh, the last story here that I put in your Wombats news and stuff. You heard about Little Big Planet just shutting down. Well, they shut down the servers, I think in January. They said they had some maintenance to do. So they shut the servers down unexpectedly in January. And then instead of bringing them back, they were just like, we're going to keep the servers down. And you lost all your stuff if you didn't download it already. So, that game is all user generated or
Win-
most of it.
Win-win for everybody in that situation.
Like, did you think like they had some catastrophic event where they actually had lost the stuff back in January and then they thought they maybe could get it back? Because like they don't want to do, I mean, it's not a good look just to pull everybody's shit down without notice.
Sure.
Or maybe they just honestly could give two shits. They were just like, fuck you, we're not going to spend another dime on having your shit on our servers. While they're down, just keep it down. I don't know which is more likely. I like to believe in people, so I want to think the positive one.
Yeah. Maybe something went awry and then they just did the math and went like, we don't have time to fix this. This isn't worth it.
Maybe they got ransomwared.
Maybe.
How about that again? Maybe it was part of the other one.
Did they at least save like the E3 presentations they made that showed all of the like the sales figures and everything in Little Big Planet?
No.
Those are gone now.
I remember playing it though at the Santa Monica E3, the invite only E3.
Mm-hmm.
That game is. I always found the controls a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I always really wanted to like it. Like, oh, it's so cute. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be fun. It's adorable. And then I'm like,
miserable to play.
Yeah.
The one where they actually made the game like control well on PlayStation 5. That one's pretty good. Where they actually just made the game for you and you're playing it.
Yeah, exactly.
That was good. Was that well reviewed? I don't remember.
I think it was probably well reviewed. I can't imagine it wasn't well reviewed. What was that even called? That was Sackboy's
Big Adventure.
Some kind of adventure.
Sackboy's Big
Adventure.
Sackboy's Big Adventure review. IGN gives it an 8 out of 10. That's all you need to know. That's better than a 7.5.
It's got a Metacritic 79%.
That's pretty good.
Not bad.
Also better than a 7.5. Excuse me. Are we up for the CAG bag, or I think we are? Mm-hmm. I forgot to run a stopwatch, so I'm not sure how long the show is, but it looks like it's long.
Fine.
It's plenty long.
It's probably over an hour at this point.
It's an hour and 7 minutes.
Yeah, we're just over. Yeah, we're fine.
All right, CAG bag. Touche writes in. He says he'd be interested in getting Chibi's opinion on this on the CAGcast. Chris Pratt and Katherine Schwarzenegger demolished. Hey, you're not allowed to correct my reading. Demolished the Craig Elwood house, and the internet is furious. That's like a mid-century modern house.
I saw this.
You saw the
when
picture?
It happened.
Yeah.
I saw our story when it happened, and I was gonna send it to you, and I'm like,
I saw it. I definitely had seen it.
I was gonna say, I'm sure everyone has sent this to you already, and I
saw it. I follow so many like mid-century modern accounts that it was on.
So for those who don't know, it's a house similar to your house, and it was considered one of the nicer versions of those houses. Not that your house is nice too. And instead of keeping this pristine artistic house in place,
right,
they're demolishing it to turn it into some McMansion that'll probably be ugly because
right.
And that's really sad.
Unfortunately, that is the fate for most of those mid-century modern houses, especially the ones that are on big pieces of land, because the houses themselves are not physically large. I don't know how the size of that one, but it's probably not super large. And if the land is, what happens is it becomes worth a lot of money. Like the land is what's worth the money there. So like, who wants to buy I don't know, do you know what they paid for the house? Let's say it was $5 million.
It was some ridiculous amount of money. I think it was more than that.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Well, even let's say it was like $5 million or something like that. Like, who wants to pay that and live in like a 2,500 square foot house? Like, doesn't make a lot of sense. That's on like a big piece of land where they could knock it down and build something bigger. So
they paid $12.5 million
right
for the house in Brentwood. They're building a 15,000 square foot house on the property.
What was the original size of the house?
That's what I'm trying to see. It doesn't quite say it.
But it sounds like the size of the land is really large. That's what always happens with these houses, and then they get torn down. And also, they're old houses now. They're built in the 50s, so that's like 70.
Those houses probably have better shit in them than some of the newer houses.
They look cool and stuff, and you can renovate them, but they just at $15 million is a lot to spend on a piece of land. So yeah, that's just what happens. So like, I can't really get too mad about it. Like, and no one else came along to buy it to keep it the way it is. And who's going to at those prices? They don't do it when it's only like 1 million or 2 million. So no one's going to come and do it when it's 15.
It is funny though, because it does look like something straight out of Fallout.
The house? Oh, and the first episode was in the very nice mid-century modern house.
Yep. It looks straight out of Fallout. It's pretty funny.
What else we got here? Oh, the collector writes in and he asks if I checked out Mirror Watch in Overwatch 2, which I did. It's boring. I don't even know what they're trying to do. They slightly changed the powers of the heroes and made them evil, the good people evil. I didn't even know there were good and evil people in Overwatch. Yeah. It's not. Whenever like they try to make an event like Fortnite, like Apex does a better job, I feel, but Overwatch does the worst job. I'm not like super educated on Overwatch anymore, but every time I jump in to see when there's an event, it always seems like not up to the standards of certainly nowhere near what Fortnite does, but not even up to what Apex does with like the Final Fantasies thing they did. Grim writes in, he says, I'm getting a little bored of rowing. Have you ever used a fan bike? Thoughts on it? I don't even know what's a fan bike. A bike that's a big fan instead of.
It has a big fan. Yeah, similar. It would have, I guess, a similar feel to like the rower full of water. It would.
Well, why would that be more fun than a rower?
I don't know. I didn't write the stupid question.
No,
why
I'm
are you
asking.
giving me the third degree?
I'm asking. Like, you're still sitting there. Okay, you're pedaling instead of using your, instead of the rowing motion. I don't know why that's any less or more fun. Why not get one of those like rowers that has the screen on it, like the Peloton? Why not just spend like $3,500 on a Peloton rower, and then $45 a month on their service? That'll make it interesting.
Would it?
I don't know that you can make rowing interesting unless you're on the water, or there's a video game involved with it. I think you're just gonna have to not be too excited, or go to Orange Theory. It's not boring at Orange Theory, right? You have like. Well, it's not, you're not bored on it. You're just annoyed. Yeah, you can't make it interesting. No. All right, that's enough show. We did it. We made it.
Yep.
You can take your NyQuil. Did you take your NyQuil yet?
I did. I went like that and drank it.
I didn't see it. I didn't see it.
Okay.
How long ago was that?
When we were just before the CAGcast.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
How long does that take to kick in?
Probably like another 5 to 10 minutes.
Should we stick around?
Nah, you don't want to watch that.
I feel like I do.
Nah.
Let's remind everybody to check out Ben Gilbert, longtime friends of the show, his new podcast. It's still new because it only has 6 episodes. New episode just came out today. I Smoke New York. You can hear all about this guy, Black Rabbit Grower. His nickname is Wing Wang. And you can hear all about the olden days of growing weed in New York City in like the 90s and 2000s. Go to Linktree. Just Google I Smoke New York. You'll find it. It's on YouTube and everywhere. There's a Linktree. ISNY. Wing Wang. That's right. All right, guys. We'll see you next week.
Bread's done.